We are starting off strong. What's up, y'all?
We are starting off strong.
We are back for a DC tier ranking. Now, what?
Wait, can I go?
Yeah, sure.
It's time for Batman to take over as the SNA tier. It's time for the Bat tier. Alright, let's get started.
Okay.
First up,
Shazam 1 because 2's not out yet. You know what, Liam? I'll let you take the floor first, and then I'll say my thoughts.
Shazam, the first one, 2017?
Yes.
Around the same time?
Yeah.
Pretty good movie. I like the characters, I like the story, I like the fact that, like, it's an actual competent DC movie. I like the fact that it's in Philadelphia.
Yep.
And that's, like, all you can really say. So I'm thinking, like, B tier, low B tier.
I love how you just said that it's actually, like, a competent movie.
Yeah. Because, like, I mean, like, looking later on the list, oh gosh, we're gonna end up with some weird ones.
Okay, the Snyder Cut is actually better than Justice League. It's a C.
Oh, so you went for all that trouble to make a fair movie. It's a C tier. C for 3 hours long. Catwoman?
F.
F.
I don't know what they were thinking when they made this movie.
The poor actress who played Catwoman, she went through all that crap.
No, wait! I feel bad for her because she's actually a really good actress, but she's been in some shit movies. Like, she was in Catwoman, and then she was in the X-Men movies.
Wow.
Yeah, right. Like, and she's actually a really good actress, but, like, it just sucks. Like, it's just... And then another F tier here. Suicide Squad.
Wow, what a terrible movie.
The first one. And I don't... okay. Why does Joker only care about money in that movie? And also...
Because they couldn't afford that Batman in more than 2 minutes.
Why? Why is Jared Leto Joker? Why? Why? Just why? Just tell me why. Just, like, why? Okay?
Why?
Alright, Liam. The Dark Knight Rises.
The Dark Knight Rises. Now we can actually get to something that's more interesting debate.
I personally put it into A tier.
Me too.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think the movie as a whole is weaker than The Dark Knight in terms of, like, storytelling.
Well, yeah.
That one's obvious. I mean, the twist is really stupid.
You think so?
Because it only lasts for, like, 10 minutes. It barely plays a part in the actual movie. That being said, like, everything else around the movie is pretty good.
Do you like Bane?
Bane's pretty great. That's like the definitive Bane for me now.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You don't like the Bane with all of the, like, wires in
that
him?
Bane, but, like, that's more like a cartoony version. That Bane, man, that Bane.
The Bane that was in the Batman movie that had, like, Poison Ivy in it.
Good thing we're only doing 2000s.
Man of Steel. Liam didn't see this, right?
Nope.
I did.
I hear a lot of bad things about it. That Superman was actively destroying Metropolis.
Superman sucks in this movie, and it's bad because I love Superman as a character, so I can't say anything about it. It's just it bothers me so much, like it just bothers me. How much, like, Superman is this wholesome ass dude in Justice League Unlimited, and in his own show, like, he's just this, like, wholesome dude, and then they turn him into, like, a dictator
and a Jesus paralogue.
Right. And then, as we'll, like, get into it later when we get into Batman vs Superman.
Ugh. No, get me away from that place. I don't want to be there again.
Like, they make it out like they miss him so much, but why?
They all actively shitted on him.
Right. It's like in the Tobyverse, if, like, Spider-Man died, they probably wouldn't have missed him.
Well, I guess you could say the Man of Steel became a hero, either died a hero or lived long enough to become a villain.
Well, let's get to the worst movie here.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That movie's terrible. The best part about it is when Batman says, "It's Batman time." No, he says, "I'm the Dark Knight," and everyone stood up and said, "That's the most movie of all time" for 2 hours, actively just yelling it in the theater, and all the ushers and everyone else there came in and started saying it as well. And eventually, formed a cult called the Dark Knight, and everyone there was just dressed as Batman, and everyone there was just saying, "I'm the Dark Knight, I'm the Dark Knight,
Okay.
I'm the Dark Knight."
In all seriousness, though, fucking S tier. Like, what can you not say about this movie?
It's not bad.
Heath Ledger as Joker is just like. And then there are people, Liam, that have said that he's not comic accurate. These movies are not comic accurate at all.
There's supposed to be more realistic takes on the whole on the Batman mythos, right?
Well, yeah, and it's like, when did Batman ever, besides the Tim Burton movies, when did he ever wear an all black suit? He never ever wore one, except for Batman Beyond. But that wasn't even in the comics when that came out. But so like, my whole point is that like, people are upset because, Joker's like, that he's not comic accurate. What did you want them to do?
I think the biggest problem is that Joker in that movie kind of like expanded off like to like a big problem with Joker as a character.
What do you mean?
Like, he became less about a villain who was all about having like having a clown theme and trying to take over Gotham and like stuff like that. Into just a maniac who thinks that he's the best person on Earth and he should be the one who kills Batman and he's the only villain that Batman should care about.
Okay, but let me ask you. In The Dark Knight, Joker's great, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's more of the original franchise sin case where this movie existed as it is, but then also cascaded it into the problems with more Batman media, notably Arkham Knight.
The problem is, and I think we can all be honest, DC's been trying to capture this movie ever since.
Yeah. Which, I mean, like, I think the big thing is that, like, look at all the movies that, like, are good, like, say, Shazam and stuff like that. The reason why they're so good is because they differentiate themselves from that type of theme, from the type of movie.
The Dark Knight's great, but you don't need it constantly.
Yeah.
Because then it loses its value.
Yeah.
But, like, what do you think, Liam, just, like, now, before I get into what I like best, now, actually, I'll say what I like best, and then you can say what you like best, that ferry scene, because, like...
The ferry scene's so tense, yeah, that's my favorite scene.
Well, but, like, Joker thought that they were going to kill each other, and then they just proved that they were, that, like, both boats, that they were still somewhat good.
Mm-hmm. That they had, like, a shred of humanity left in them, both of them. It's funny, because, like, the prisoner one, like, it's a lot more quieter than the civilian one.
Yeah,
like... You think that the prisoners would be, like, rioting after a while, but then, like, everyone just, like, calms down.
Right.
But meanwhile, the civilians are, like, going insane.
Right.
Yeah, it's really cool.
And...
That movie's great. That scene's great. The movie's great. The interrogation scene.
Dude, that... What... Just... And then we'll actually, like, move on, because I don't want to spend the whole time talking about this movie.
We'll talk about it another time.
But the interrogation scene, what do you have to say about that? That for me is just, like, peak cinema. Like,
I think that scene is, like, the peak things you need to see when it comes to, like, what a good movie needs. Or at least what a good movie that's trying to be dramatic and serious needs, or something like that sort. I don't really know what to say, it's just a really good movie. Anyway, moving on.
Jonah Hex?
What the heck is that?
Nah. That's just, like, what it is. Okay, Aquaman, hot take, D tier.
Aquaman is the original Thor, the movie.
Like, it's not terrible, but it's Aquaman. Who cares about Aquaman?
Aquaman's only funny when he's a complete dork.
But, like... he was funny in that 60s show.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman, my ability to talk to fish will not get us out of the situation.
And she just gave him the most, like, ridiculous stare.
Speaking of Wonder
Batman
Woman...
Friends, right? Batman Super Friends?
Yes. I low-key kind of put Wonder Woman into A tier.
Oh, heck yeah, that movie's great.
I know I always say it, Liam, but that trench scene is like
firstly,
really
the
cool.
whole play on words, no man's land, she's a woman, that's great.
Yeah.
And the fact that, I don't know, it's nice to have a movie that empowers women without derogatizing men for it.
Well,
and, okay, not even like...
She talks badly about human beings.
Well, yeah, but, like, going off of that, even then, like, the entire movie is great because, like, it's about Wonder Woman, and she's just a hero, she's a good person who just does good things.
Right, yeah. Unlike Captain Marvel.
Yeah. But without any, like, real need to do it because she's just a good person. Which, yeah, I mean, it's not as complex as, like, some other movies, but it's still, like, moderately complex. Moderately. Oh, boy, you're making another tier. I wonder what this one's for.
Haven't seen.
Which one's this?
Black Adam.
Just came out, right?
Yeah, I'm hearing bad things, though, about it.
Oh, that's a shame.
Dwayne Johnson flopped. Okay. Joker.
Oh, the movie that pretty much like destroyed society as a whole.
I'm sorry, it's S tier. Like, you didn't see it, right?
No.
Did you see the part that, like, matters most, though, where he, like, kills Robert, no. Oh. Do you ever, like, intend to watch it?
Maybe eventually.
Well,
I really like movies that are, like, super, super grim dark. Like dark in that sense where, like, there's no, like, true happy ending. That's, like, the Dark Knight's, like, my one exception.
Wait, but let me just ask you, why do you give The Dark Knight an exception?
Because it's The Dark Knight. I mean, I don't really have much to say about Joker except, like, my gosh, it destroyed meme culture. It destroyed the internet for, like, a solid year.
Actually, more like 2 years, really.
I mean, like, the internet's still trying to patch up after everything that happened with that movie.
Nah, but, like, what I like is that, and I'm not one that wants Joker to get, like, a backstory, but, like, if you're going to give it to him, it should be this. Like, you should give Joker a backstory that's actually, like, interesting, and then the way that they play it at the, like, very end, where they make it like it was all in his head, is actually really cool, and it leaves you open for, the sequel, but I'm just scared about where they're going for that sequel, because they have Lady Gaga playing Harley Quinn, and so, I'm a little scared. Like,
I'll have to wait and see. I just know one thing, it's gonna be weird.
Superman 06, I've seen it. It's Constantine, I haven't seen. Okay, Batman Begins, baby.
Oh, the codifier.
Batman Begins.
B for begins.
What do you say?
B for begins.
B? It's B?
It's a solid movie, and it gave us The Dark Knight. But at the end of the day, just kind of meh. I mean, okay, good. It's just kind of good. Nothing really amazing, nothing really, like, spectacular. It's just, like, a good movie that everyone, like, knows and watches. Like, I can rewatch it and still enjoy it. I mean, the Demon Batman scenes still haunt me to this day.
Really?
Yeah. Both of them.
I do like Raish, though. Like, Raish is actually good in that movie. Alright. Watchmen, I've seen it. It's actually not that bad. I'm going to put it above Shazam. The second Suicide Squad, I haven't seen it, but I heard it was pretty good. Alright, Liam, this is where we might lose people.
The Batman.
The Batman, yeah.
Hey, kid, our entire joke for the entirety of Arkham City playthrough.
When we walked out of the theater, not me, Liam had the biggest smile on his face. And,
like, I'll have to rewatch the movie because I haven't seen it ever since that first time, but I still think it's like an A tier.
So, do you put it above The Dark Knight Rises?
No.
Okay.
You put it above Wonder Woman?
I do. So, what do you like about it, Liam?
I don't know. I think, I don't know. 3 hours is a very long time, but it's a slow introspection of Batman. It's definitely, like, I think what makes it so great is the fact that, like, it's such a different take from him. But, like, not different enough to the point where he's, like, a socially inept maniac.
Right. Okay.
He's just socially inept.
Well, Batman is kind of a maniac.
Yeah, he's just socially inept, but not like an extreme maniac as, like, the Arkham series or something like that.
Yeah. Nah, but Liam also did say that he likes that he does like
a younger Batman.
He does like a younger Batman.
I don't like the old grizzled Batman who's able to do everything but have to break his bones every single time. I like a Batman who's, like, young and, like, doesn't know everything and how to deal with it, but still finds a way to make it work.
Liam did point out that he liked that Batman got hit.
Yeah,
which is, like, weird though. But I think I get what you're saying.
Gives the impression that he's not, like, perfect as he is in the later movies or earlier movies in that sense.
Low key, Wonder Woman 1984, disappointing as hell.
Disappointment in
the game of life. Like, it's like the highest D tier. I'm sorry.
That movie, the more you think about it, the more you realize how much stupid it is. I don't even want to think about it.
How do you go from this to this? Like, how do you go from Wonder Woman to Wonder Woman in 1984? Like, and then, sorry, I'm making one last tier here. Because there it is. Because I have to do this.
We watched this when we were at
when we were in a hard place in our life.
Yep, and we watched it and it didn't help our situation.
Nope, not at all. Okay, from the time that I was 2 years old, Batman's always been my favorite. And then I loved Justice League Unlimited growing up, right? I loved Justice League. And I was looking forward to it more than any Avengers movie. And it let me down so hard. I don't know what they were doing. They fired Zack Snyder halfway through because he wanted to take months off because his daughter committed suicide. So they bring in Joss Whedon, who did Age of Ultron,
That makes sense.
to fuck everything up. Liam, what do you say?
Ezra Miller.
Oh my god! What? Liam, no wait.
Ben Affleck, Batman, Ezra Miller, the mustache Superman. The only good person there was Wonder Woman, and maybe Cyborg, and maybe Aquaman.
Why don't we just get a Wonder Woman, Cyborg, and like Aquaman movie?
Yeah, remember when Flash was like the best part about that movie, and then we learned what Ezra Miller's like, and then
Also, Steppenwolf. Who likes Steppenwolf? Why couldn't we get Darkseid?
The best part about what we ever got was literally Lego DC Super Villains, where it was the penultimate final boss, and even then you fought him on a train, which still wasn't that cool. Steppenwolf sucks. Moving on. What's next? Oh, great, this movie. Okay, firstly, this movie got beat by the Sonic movie, and like everyone on Earth got super pissed off. Everyone but Sonic fans got super pissed off that this movie got beaten the crap out of by Sonic.
Did they think that it was gonna be this like super like blockbuster movie?
Apparently they did. The best part is that wasn't the second time Sonic beat a big movie debut.
Okay.
That's how much I have to say about the movie, because I don't even want to talk about it. I just want to talk about how it failed.
I'm sorry. Batman vs Superman is an F. It's just why? You take one of the greatest comics, The Dark Knight Returns, with one of the most iconic stories of all time, and you turn it into Batman vs Superman, Dawn of Justice. And then you throw Wonder Woman in there for some reason.
But she has a cool theme in that movie.
Yes, but then you throw Doomsday in there. Why? Why did you? And then like you just say, and then you just have Superman say, Martha, and Batman immediately stops everything. Oh gosh! Like imagine Batman just like a nuclear reactor, and then like Superman, and then like an average like Joe just walks up and says, Martha. Oh my gosh, what am I doing? Or like Joker just like is like about to kill Batman, and then he just says Martha, and then just holds up his hand and just says, I'm sorry, Joker. Like, you know how stupid the whole Martha thing was, right? Yeah. The best part about the movie was that one scene of Batman kicking ass. Yeah, but then even then he killed people. Why does Batfleck kill people? Why does he kill people? And that Weird Dream scene is where he killed all those parademons. Man, what was that universe? What the fuck was this movie? Shazam, the new one. Haven't seen. Green Lantern. I'm glad that Ryan Reynolds has a better career now. That being said, they're planning on making a new one. Yes, they are asking Ryan Reynolds to come back for a second Green Lantern. Ryan Reynolds, do not do that. Just focus on Deadpool 3. We've been waiting for damn near 5 years for it. Just do Deadpool 3, okay? Okay, now we have to range the Fs. Because, like, what do you think is the worst movie of all of them there? Which one insults you most? Catwoman. And then, probably, this is the best of the F tier, but that's not really all that good, to be honest with you. Yeah. And you ever change it you would make this? Actually, you know what? I gotta say it. Suicide Squad's better. It just is. I'm sorry. It just is. But yeah, there's nothing else that I have to say. You? Nothing really. I'm not really the biggest DC guy, so I can't really defend a lot of the stuff on here. I know. Well, guys, that was fun. Yep. So I guess see you next time. Deuces.